Hi Sue, this is just a short video to show you the Care Surveys platform, some of the features that we were going to show you earlier today. So firstly, I just want to remind you of the output documents that we showed you. As we've said, the main thing that we create here is really powerful output documents that showcase your survey questions against the CQC framework. This is what the Care Surveys platform creates for you. You can see each question, you can see the key question, the quality statement, the evidence category that it's related to. In this case, it's people's experiences because it's residents and family. You can see the question results. We've got a 1 to 4 scoring option, which mimics the CQC's 1 to 4 scoring. As mentioned in the discussion, we're also looking to do the same for Wales and for Scotland and for Jersey as well. You can see we've got the overall rating, in this case a 3.1, which is in the good range. There's then some comparison text around what residents scored versus what relatives scored. And then at the end, usually at the end of each question, there's the opportunity for people to leave a comment, because you don't just want to know what people have scored you, you want to know why. And here you can see some of those comments have been selected and included in the output document. And then finally at the end, there is a service response box for you to respond to and say kind of what your response is to this result, perhaps what you plan to do next. And what the Care Surveys platform does, it ensures that every question that you are asking, any of those ratings questions, you can create really amazing output documents like this that meet the CQC's needs and that give you the information you need to have to make any changes, make any decisions around improving and enhancing the quality of care that you provide. So, quick jump onto the platform. What you can see here are our surveys. You can see we've got a resident survey, a staff survey, and a partner survey. One thing that we say about resident surveys, typically, if you're doing a survey for residents, you also want to include families, and you may even want to have some accessible variants. So we've got here the family survey. We've also got a PECS survey and a Makaton survey. And one of the really cool things about the platform is that we have a huge range of questions in our question bank, and as well as the standard resident questions, we have the family versions, the simplified text version of those questions, the PECS video versions, and the Makaton video versions of those questions. So if you select a question either from the question bank or a survey template, you can then auto-generate the family survey version of those questions and the PECS and the Makaton version of those questions. The surveys work on all the kind of the usual tools, so on an iPad, on an iPhone, on an Android, on a laptop, and so on and so forth. We can see here, first question, which region are you in? What home are you in? And then we get to our ratings questions. We can see here staff are kind, compassionate, empathetic, and we can see we have a 1 to 4 rating. If we click the 4-star answer, it's saying what's going well. The same for the 3-star answer. If we click a negative answer, like 2 stars or 1 star, it's saying how could the service improve. And again, you're able to make changes to that prompt question within the platform too. Just to show you, here's an example of our Makaton questions. Sorry, our PECS questions.
Care staff respect me. Select yes or no.
And here is an example of our Makaton questions.
Support workers respect me. Select yes or no.
And this ensures that everyone is able to contribute, everyone is able to respond and give feedback in a way that works for them. If there is a yes or no question, like the accessible options, what we do with the document is they become either a 4-point answer for a yes or a 1-point answer for a no. So that means that all of those answers still all go back to the central output documents, but we've gathered them in ways that work for the individuals you're supporting. It's in line with the accessible information standard, and it just ensures that you can capture the views of everyone in your service, not just those who perhaps can respond to more in-depth text questions. So that's kind of the surveys themselves. A really important feature that I also want to show you is our video record question. Now, as this is a demo survey, we haven't set any of the questions to required, which is why we're able to fast forward through here. We have a question here. Would you like to leave a video message? We're going to select yes. We start our camera up. Here I am. Hello. I love it here at the home. It's great living here. The care staff are really kind towards me, and I know if I need help, I can call for someone and they come really quickly. And again, I can then review that video. I love it here at the home. It's great. I can re-record it if I want, or if I'm happy with it, I can just submit it. What's really powerful about these video questions is that not only does it work in terms of accessibility, ensuring perhaps people who perhaps can't write answers can record video answers, it also is powerful video material for your service. With the right permissions in place, you could have some family videos, some staff videos, some resident videos here that you can then use on your website, on Facebook, on Twitter, or just to set the scene when a CQC inspector comes in. So that's the surveys themselves. What I want to quickly take you to is exploring the responses, because one of the great things about the Care Surveys platform is you are in control. There's no kind of separate group that are making annual surveys for you or anything like that. With the Survey Explorer, you can explore results the moment they land. So if someone submits a response, whether it's a resident, a family member, a staff member, a partner, you will be able to see it the second that it is submitted. In the Survey Explorer, you can do lots of things. You could just zoom in on one particular survey. Perhaps you just want to look at the family responses or just the Makaton responses. Maybe you want to review them by date. Perhaps something occurred. Perhaps a new manager joined at the beginning of March. You can use these date filters to filter down that information. Or you might want to explore the data via a particular home. So in this example, which home do you live in? And we're going to look at Cedar Manor and apply those filters. What's really great about this is you can have surveys open in perpetuity. You can have surveys open all year long and use the Explorer to isolate and identify the information at particular times or in particular areas. I think what's really important about the Care Surveys approach as well is that you are able to create surveys, yes, for the whole of your service, but also give ability and give access to individual homes or regional managers so that they can just view the homes that they are responsible for. They can just create smaller scale surveys for the homes that they are responsible for. Perhaps a particular home has had an issue with the quality of the food, or perhaps they've made a big change to their menu, or perhaps a new manager has started, or perhaps you've started using a new laundry provider and you want to do a little quick survey just for that home or for those 2 or 3 homes to see how they're finding it. With the Care Surveys platform, you are able to make those surveys. You're able to go through and explore data at that smaller level, as well as doing kind of the big national survey data projects that you're probably used to doing. Again, you can review the responses by question. So again, we're going to have a look here. And we can see here we've got a 3.9. We can see all the results that have come through. We can see the comments that have been left as well. You'd also be able to explore the videos that have been recorded here as well. One of the things I think that's really powerful about the Care Surveys platform is giving people the ability to have that oversight, both as kind of service leaders to be able to see the entirety of the services and where they're at, but also to give homes control over the areas that they want to survey, that they want to explore, while still maintaining that oversight for you. And as we said, all of these questions are pinned to the framework. If you create your own questions, there are opportunities to pin that question to the CQC framework. And of course, what you're able to create are those amazing outputs that fit the framework, that are clear. There's no shouting at SurveyMonkey or Google Forms to try and work out what to do next. It's been built so that the outputs match what you as a service need to have the control, have the observation of where each home is at, and have the evidence and documentation ready for when CQC come knocking. What I think it'd be really great to kind of meet again soon, perhaps before the Care Show if there's a moment. If not, maybe soon after it, we can explore the Care Surveys platform more. We can show you how you build surveys. We can show you how you build those final reports. Very easy, very intuitive. And perhaps we can talk about whether there are some individual homes for whom maybe exploring and using the Care Surveys platform would be a great way to see how this can support your service. We look forward to hearing from you again soon.